Alrighty, so we got all the metal on, everything, put all the screws in, everything's done on the outside, so now we're gonna go ahead and put doors in. How these garage doors get set, I'm just gonna put these two blocks here, nail one, and then stack the other one on the back, and I'm gonna put them at floor height, which is 1.5 inches down from here, or basically 4 inches up from here, but I'm gonna square around back here, go off the top of this one, and then I'll go down 1.5 inches. So my mark is right there. So it's 4 inches up, same thing. Square across that, and that's the top. And I'll go ahead and nail my blocks on real quick. All right, so now these blocks, those are just temporary, like I mentioned, and this is basically floor height, so when concrete gets poured, they'll just knock those off, and then the door should just sit right back down on top of concrete, and it'll be right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start stacking panels in, and I think we got a strut on every panel, so I'm gonna go ahead and fasten that and put all the panels in, and go from there. This one here, you can just put one in the top here. Now the alternative way to put these panels in, if you have nice trim here, you don't want to put holes in it, or you just have a big door and you're worried that it falls out, you can put this panel on here, mark where it's going to be, and put your rail, kind of start screwing your rail on first and just kind of put your rollers in as you go. So there's other ways to do it, and this is just the fastest, easiest way, I think, for most times. All right, so now we're ready to do all our rollers and our hinges. We'll go ahead and get those all in, and then we'll do our rails. I'll keep going from there. Next step will be putting on these rollers, and doing right there. Just make sure this one's above that. If it's underneath that, it's hard to get it over later. Just put one in there, and you put it on the furthest out one. Don't put it in that one. So that. Now we are ready for rails. right, so now we're ready for the rails that go on back. We're gonna go ahead and put that up there. Usually there's a bracket on the outside that runs all the way up that catches the top of this coming in. This one's disconnected, so I'm just gonna put it on first though, because that way it'll make me a lot easier for me to put that on if I have that anchor point. So here I just found out where these slot holes are gonna be up from here, which is 16 inches. So I went up 16 inches and leveled it up. And I'm just gonna go ahead and line these holes right here. There's my 16-inch mark, leveled up. So I'm gonna put it just in line with these brackets. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it like right there to where the center of these are at 16. So that way when this thing comes in, it'll line right up with that. All right, now we're gonna go to the middle and do our spring bracket that holds the middle of the springs up. And what I do is I just measure off the door. I got about 13 inches to the center of this hole. And I've got about 3 3/4 out. So I'm just gonna set that to where everything runs straight up and down and in and out. I'll set that and then we'll put up our springs. All right, so this is the center of the door. So if I just go 13 up like that, make an X there. Then use these red ones because this is another thing that holds tension. I would put the small one on the bottom. I think that's how it's supposed to go. And then just put that right in the center somewhere. All right, and when we put the springs up, I'll shift them in and out to that 3 3/4. So, all right, let's go ahead and get the springs up. Take this back about there. Loop that over so it sure doesn't keep going. And I'm gonna tie the back end up and then should be good. Now we'll put on the weather seal around it and that'll be everything for this door. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the top first. So I'm gonna cut it right under 9 foot. And then the sides I'll just run down probably 8 foot long, so they'll just leave them a little bit long. And I'm gonna mark them off every 6 inches. And then that's why I'll put a screw every 6 inches. I would do more in a foot. A lot of people do a foot. If it bubbles at all, you know, it's got kind of a big gap in between your screws. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay it out, cut it, and then we'll put it on. So you want to make sure when you get it up first that none of these are like, you know, behind the door. Make sure it's out here. Sometimes they get caught and they get back. That way it can form to it. But yeah, it's got a nice seal, not too far in, not too far out. It's nice and straight. That's why I like doing my doors, setting them to the opening and then putting my trim right to the opening versus, you know, your door going back and forth some and then your trim goes with the door, then it's just everything's wavy and curvy. It's a looks thing. But yeah, this one's all done. All right, so that concludes our build. We've already gotten everything picked up, double checked everything. I think it took me about 44 hours to build it. So I'm just gonna go over a few things to keep an eye out for while you're building it. As you heard me say a lot about it was keeping it square, keeping it level, making sure your posts are level, your bottom board's level. Everything else falls together better. Same thing as your base trim when you're doing your metal. You know, it doesn't stair step, it goes a lot smoother. Everything's level. Same with straight, you know, your roof metal, your buildings being square. It helps you out so much, and it helps you be a lot more efficient with it too. And then also the efficiency part of it, so I did this thing by myself, so obviously there wasn't a whole lot of wasted time, but if you got a crew of guys or something like that, like try to spread them out as much as you can. Like you don't need 2 guys holding one board up. Usually one guy can do it. And just the more you kind of do that, you'll be more efficient. And also, there's gotta be times when you're handling long pieces of metal or windy or something where you need that, but if you can, try to not do that as much. And then also try to do one job, like do one thing and get it all done. And then focus on another thing and on another thing. If you're doing a whole bunch of things at one time, it's harder to be as efficient. And the main thing is learn a system too. Learn the system and repeat it over and over and over, because then you don't have to think, you don't have to realize what's coming next. All right, so that concludes our video series on the build. Thanks for watching these videos. I hope this was very informational and helpful. And feel free to call into our office too if you have any other questions or feel that something wasn't answered correctly, and we will help you out. Thanks again.